65, the first year that I was in the business, and the TV had gone to color, and I was doing Ed Sullivan show, a lot of Ed Sullivan shows.
The fact that Tom Jones is in his 80s is already common knowledge, and there have been numerous rumors regarding his health. You must have wondered what the legend has planned for his enormous fortune, especially considering the troubled relationship he has with one of his sons. Although it is believed that some of these rumors are not true, you did wonder what he has planned for his fortune. Let's get down to business. There are rumors that Tom passed out while performing in Budapest, and you have probably heard about it. He expressed his denial of the rumor and stated that he was experiencing difficulties with his throat, which was the reason why the concert was canceled. To tell you the truth, the legend is still carrying on strong. The argument could even be made that he is actually becoming more powerful as he gets older. It is true that he just recently announced the dates of his tour in North America for the year 2024, and fans were very excited about it. Exactly why won't they be? Tom has astonished people all over the world with his incredible performances for a number of years. Because of his charisma and stage presence, he became a worldwide phenomenon, which resulted in him gaining a large number of fans and sold-out shows. His voice has the ability to move a great number of people, and he is a talented singer. By taking a more in-depth look at Tom's life, we comprehend that there is a great deal more about the individual that we were not aware of. It is evident that Tom has achieved a great deal of success over the course of his lengthy existence. Who was this man who managed to win the affection of millions of people, but ultimately lost the people who meant the most to him? It was in the Welsh mining town of Pontypridd that Tom's parents, Frida Jones and Thomas Woodward, took him back to the beginning of his journey. Coal mining had a significant impact on the culture of the community, which was shaped by the town's working-class population. Through his work as a coal miner, Tom's father was able to provide for his family with whatever wages he was able to earn at the time. In spite of the fact that this family was of the working class, the children of this family were brought up to be aware of the rich mixture of English and Welsh heritage that they possessed, which not only instilled confidence in them but also helped them accept who they are. Tom's ability to sing was something that he could easily be proud of because of this reason. He began his singing career at a young age. In addition to singing in the choir at his school, he would frequently perform at family gatherings and weddings. However, Tom, who was only 12 years old at the time, soon encountered a serious health problem that threatened to cut him off from music. The fight against tuberculosis that Tom had to endure lasted for almost 2 years. He recalled the event, and at the time, I was recuperating in bed for 2 years. That was the most difficult period of my life. Tom, on the other hand, was able to turn this terrible circumstance to his advantage. Around this time, he discovered that music was a source of solace for him, and he began to train his voice to become something truly magical. He was able to discover the voice that would eventually lead to people falling in love with him. But before his music career could take off, Tom, who was only 16 years old at the time, tied the knot with Melinda Rose Linda Trenchard, the girl he had been dating since high school. Her age was the same as mine. It was because she became pregnant that they decided to get married at a young age. Their son Mark was born not long after the wedding took place. For the purpose of providing for his young family, Tom worked a variety of jobs, including working in the construction industry and in a glove factory. Over the course of his employment, Tom's passion for music remained unaffected by the circumstances of his life. The year 1963 marked the beginning of his career as the lead singer for a Welsh beat group known as Tommy Scott and the Senators. It was a pleasure to listen to his voice, which is frequently characterized as a baritone that is both powerful and rich. It was Tom himself who stated that when he was younger, his voice was a tenor. He went on to explain that when I was younger, I was able to play a top C, but now I can only play a B flat. In the lower range, you will make up for the losses you sustained in the higher range. Within a short period of time, Tom's band had established a solid local fan base and a prominent reputation in South Wales. The following year, they collaborated with producer Joe Meek to record a number of songs, and he attempted to sign them to a record label after hearing their work. However, the songs did not achieve all that much success. Peter Sullivan, a producer for Decca Records, made the discovery of the band while they were performing at a club later that year. Additionally, he introduced them to Phil Solomon, the manager of the company. However, their collaboration was brief and did not result in any significant opportunities at the time. South Wales venues continued to host performances by the group throughout the year. When Tom was in this period, he became acquainted with Gordon Mills, who would later become his manager and bring him to London, where Mills was employed in the music industry. Mills made the decision to rename him Tom Jones in order to capitalize on the success of the film of the same name by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. Tom was successful in securing a recording contract with Decca Records with the assistance of Mills. Despite the fact that Chills and Fever, his debut single, was released, it did not succeed in garnering attention. Nevertheless, his subsequent single, titled It's Not Unusual, became a worldwide hit, in part because of the extensive promotion that was provided by the pirate radio station Radio Caroline, which is located offshore. 1965 was a pivotal year in Tom's life. In the course of the British invasion, he was recognized as one of the most prominent figures. At the beginning of that year, his hit song, It's Not Unusual, climbed to the top of the charts in the United Kingdom and entered the top 10 in the United States, taking him to the forefront of international fame. An unforgettable first encounter with Elvis Presley occurred for him at Paramount Studios in Hollywood, where he was working as a film crew. While Elvis was approaching him from a film set, he sang a song by Tom which was called With These Hands. A close friendship between the two music icons was established as a result of this meeting. Tom was able to secure opportunities to sing theme songs for major films thanks to the efforts of his manager Mills throughout the course of the year. Among these were the James Bond movie Thunderball and the song What's New Pussycat, which was composed by Burt Bacharach and Hal David. When Tom first heard about What's New Pussycat, he was full of reservations. Whenever he was approached for the first time, he couldn't help but wonder, why do they want me to sing this? Bacharach, on the other hand, was able to persuade him by mentioning that they required a powerful voice such as his in order to infuse the eccentric song with energy. After Tom's approval, the song went on to become an enduring classic. It was in 1966 when Tom was awarded the Grammy for Best New Artist, which cemented his position as a rising star in the music industry. The Sugar Rush, on the other hand, appeared to have reached its peak. The initial popularity that Tom enjoyed began to decline. Mills rewrote his image as a response to the criticism. According to the results of the strategy, Tom was able to return to the top of the charts. It was during this time that he achieved a number of significant successes, such as the songs I'll Never Fall in Love Again, I'm Coming Home, and Delilah, all of which established themselves as timeless classics. These songs helped him maintain his popularity as a major international star by reaching the top of the charts in both the United Kingdom and the United States. At the Flamingo Hotel, Tom gave his first performance in Las Vegas during his time there. His energetic performances and daring stage style, which frequently included half-unbuttoned shirts and tight trousers, became a signature part of his act. His stage style could be described as bold. As time went on, he made the decision to concentrate more on live performances in clubs rather than recording new music. Las Vegas became a regular destination for him, and he continued to perform there for at least 1 week every year until the 2010s. Over the course of the 1970s, Tom went on tour with the female singing groups Quiet Elegance and the Blossoms, who served as his backing vocalists through their performances. He released a number of singles that went on to become hits during this time period, some of which include She's a Lady, Till, and The Young New Mexican Puppeteer. Nevertheless, by the middle of the 1970s, his popularity had begun to decline once more. He made a significant comeback in 1976 with the song Say You'll Stay Until Tomorrow, which became a #1 hit on the country chart in the United States. Despite this, he enjoyed a significant comeback. Tom decided to try his hand at acting in addition to his career in music. There was a television program called The London Bridge Special, which was directed by David Winters. He appeared alongside Jennifer O'Neill in the program. Due to the fact that it would enable him to continue working in television without being bound to the requirements of a regular series, Jones agreed to participate in the project. Later on, Tom made his debut as an actor in the television movie Pleasure Cove, which was broadcast on ABC. In this film, he played the role of Raymond Gordon, a charming con artist who was staying at a tropical vacation resort. The film was supposed to be used as a pilot for a new series, but the show was not picked up. As a result, he and his co-stars, which included Constance Forsland, Tanya Roberts, and David Hasselhoff, were left feeling a little bit hurt. However, not too much longer after that, Tom appeared as a guest star in an episode of the television series Fantasy Island. In the episode, he played the role of an accountant who fantasizes about being Dick Turpin, a legendary English highwayman. Tom made his comeback to the music charts not long after the release of the song A Boy from Nowhere, which peaked at number 2 in the United Kingdom. At that point, he worked together with the band Art of Noise to create a cover of the song Kiss by Prince. This rendition of Kiss was a huge success and was adored in both the United States of America and the United Kingdom. A number of music channels, including MTV and VH1, played the music video for Kiss on a regular basis due to its widespread popularity. A greater number of people became aware of the song as a result of the success of the music video, which also earned it the MTV Video Music Award for Breakthrough Video. Tom's career experienced a resurgence as a result of this success, as he continued to appeal to both his longtime fans and new audiences with his energizing style and collaborations. There was a time when Tom Jones was simultaneously starring in a highly successful international television variety show called This Is Tom Jones. This was happening at the same time that he was making music and starring in films. According to reports, the show, which was produced by Associated Television, brought in $9 million for him over the course of its 3-year run. His popularity increased all over the world as a result of the fact that it was broadcast on ITV in the United Kingdom and ABC in the United States. Even more impressively, his performance on the show earned him a nomination for a Golden Globe in the category of Best Actor in the 1970s. During the latter part of the 1980s, he was the host of a second variety show that was called Tom Jones. This show was produced in Vancouver, Canada, and it consisted of 24 episodes. Because of his work in television, Tom has established himself as a prominent figure in the entertainment industry on a global scale. However, this did not come without its own set of challenges. There were legal disputes regarding the rights that CF International had to later works by Tom, which led to ongoing challenges regarding the ownership and distribution of his material from this time period. Tom persisted in spite of this difficulty. In the year 1989, he was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Tom collaborated with Van Morrison on the album Carrying a Torch, which was released by Dover Records after he had achieved that enormous success. In addition, Tom's rendition of Morrison's title track is included on the album. The album was partially recorded at Townhouse Studios in London, and Morrison was responsible for writing and producing 4 of the songs that were included on the album. Tom made his debut performance at the renowned Glastonbury Festival in the United Kingdom the following year, marking a significant turning point in his professional career. Both The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and The Simpsons, 2 of the most popular sitcoms on American television, featured him in the role of himself in the year 1993. In the same year, Tom signed a recording contract with Interscope Records and released an album titled The Lead and How to Swing It. This album featured the massively successful single If I Only Knew. At the MTV Europe Music Awards, where Tom also served as the host, he gave a live performance of the song, which ultimately reached the 11th spot on the charts in the United Kingdom. Tom made his comeback to the film industry by starring as himself in the science fiction comedy film Mars Attacks, which was directed by Tim Burton. The song You Can Leave Your Hat On by Randy Newman was also covered by him for the movie The Full Monty, which he recorded. After that, in 1999, he released an album titled Reload, which was a compilation of duets with a variety of artists. Some of the artists featured on the album were The Cardigans, Natalie Imbruglia, Ceres Matthews, Van Morrison, Moose T, Portishead, Stereophonics, and Robbie Williams. With over 4 million copies sold across the globe, the album topped the charts in the United Kingdom. It was 5 singles from Reload that made it into the top 40 in the UK. In the early 2000s, one of the most popular singles, titled Sex Bomb, was released. It went on to become the album's most successful single, reaching number 3 on the singles chart in the United Kingdom. Due to the fact that they demonstrated Tom's continued success in the music industry and expanded his presence in television and popular culture, these accomplishments marked a very significant period in Tom's career. He received the honor of being named an Officer of the Order of the British Empire as a reward for his achievements. To commemorate the beginning of the new millennium, the President of the United States at the time, Bill Clinton, extended an invitation to him to perform at the New Year's Eve celebrations in Washington, District of Columbia. In the same year, Tom was honored with a number of awards for his performances, including a Brit Award for Best British Male Artist. In addition to that, he was selected to be the voice of Australia's National Rugby League, and he sang in an advertisement to promote the upcoming season. Tom quickly released the album Mr. Jones, which was produced by Wyclef Jean, a rapper from Haiti who is of Haitian-American descent, in the year 2002. Top 40 hits were achieved in the United Kingdom by both the album and its debut single, which was titled Tom Jones International. Tom was presented with the Brit Award for Outstanding Contribution to Music the following year, which was given in recognition of his long-lasting influence in the music industry. Tom went back to his hometown of Pontypridd, where he was born and raised, to give a concert at Ynys Sangharad Park in order to commemorate his forthcoming 65th birthday. In almost 40 years, he had not performed in Pontypridd, and the concert, which was attended by approximately 20,000 people, was his first performance there. In the same year, the BBC reported that Tom had amassed a fortune of more than £150 million, making him the wealthiest entertainer in Wales than any other individual. Despite this, Tom continued to compose music. Together with the Australian pop singer John Farnham, he collaborated with Tom Jones to create a live album by the name of John Farnham and Tom Jones, which was released in concert. In the year that followed, Tom worked together with the electronic music artist Chicane to create the dance track Stoned in Love. This track eventually made it to the 7th spot on the singles chart in the United Kingdom. Even though Tom was already a member of the Order of the British Empire, Queen Elizabeth II presented him with a knighthood in 2006 at Buckingham Palace in recognition of his contributions to the field of music. Following the presentation of his knighthood, Tom expressed his happiness by stating that when you first enter the entertainment industry and secure a hit record, it marks the beginning of something. Everything just keeps getting better as time goes on. This is the most valuable thing I have ever had. This is a wonderful feeling, a feeling that is very heady. Sir Tom Jones gave a performance at Wembley Stadium during the Concert for Diana, which was a tribute event held in honor of Princess Diana. This performance took place a few months later. He was joined on stage by Joe Perry of Aerosmith and Joss Stone, a soul singer, and the three of them performed some of Sir Tom's own songs and songs by other artists. Even as he was getting closer to his 70th birthday, Sir Tom continued to put on more than 200 shows every year. His new album, titled 24 Hours, was the subject of a world tour that he embarked on. When he was making this decision at the time, he stated, "The fire is still in me, not to be an oldie, but to be a goodie. My goal is to be a worthy contender." In addition, he was inducted into the Hit Parade Hall of Fame not long after that. A cover of Islands in the Stream, which he performed with Ruth Jones, Rob Brydon, and Robin Gibb, went on to become the most popular song in the United Kingdom for the third time in his career. This accomplishment was a celebration of his accomplishment. On the charts in the United Kingdom, that cover reached #1. The icon most likely became more hungry as a result of this, which led to the release of his album titled Praise and Blame. By the time the year 2010 came to a close, Tom had sold more than 100 million records. The album was composed primarily of gospel and blues songs, and it featured cover versions of songs by artists such as Bob Dylan, John Lee Hooker, and Billy Joe Shaver. As a result of the Top 13 Inches contestants performing a medley of his hits, he also made his debut on American Idol for the very first time in his entire artistic career. In a short amount of time, he gained a greater level of recognition for his participation as a coach on the British talent show The Voice UK. Alongside Will Ime, Jessie J, and Danny O'Donoghue, he was a member of the team. It should come as no surprise that he was instrumental in Leanne Mitchell's victory in the final episode of the first season of the show. During the subsequent few years, he continued to serve as a coach. However, in August of 2015, it was announced that his contract would not be renewed, and Boy George would take over those responsibilities. His criticism, on the other hand, was directed towards the BBC for not consulting him prior to making the decision and for not informing him until 24 hours before the official announcement. In 2017, he made his return to The Voice as a coach for the 6th season of the program. Sir Tom was still going on summer tours, despite the fact that the one that was scheduled for 2018 had to be canceled due to illness or bad weather. Believe it or not. However, this legendary figure was not going to retire. In January of 2021, he made the announcement that his 4th covers album, titled Surrounded by Time, would be released. Ethan Johns was the producer of this album. In conjunction with this, he has released a new single, which is a cover of the song Talking Reality Television Blues by Todd Snyder. In the year that followed, he gave a performance alongside the band Stereophonics at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff. The live broadcast of their concert on Saturday was carried out by BBC Two. In the course of his life, the legendary figure has endured a number of setbacks that can never be compensated for by any amount of success. It was Elvis Presley who was his closest friend. When they first met in 1965, they quickly became close because of their mutual passion for music and the difficulties that they both encountered as a result of their fame. In fact, Elvis made the decision to resume his live performances after being moved by Tom's performances. When Elvis Presley passed away in 1997, it was a tragic event that brought an end to their friendship. The worst of it then arrived. Between the dates of March 2, 1957 and April 10, 2016, Sir Tom remained married to his wife, Linda, who had been diagnosed with cancer 4 years earlier. Since the beginning of her husband's career, even before he became famous, Linda has been a very passionate and supportive supporter of him. Naturally, however, their marriage suffered as a result of their fame. Tom had a number of affairs and flings while he was on his way to becoming famous. He admitted to having sexual encounters with as many as 250 women in a single year when he was at the pinnacle of his fame. He also had relationships with a number of famous people from the United States, such as the singer Mary Wilson, the television presenter Charlotte Laws, and the former Miss World Marjorie Wallace. Cassandra Peterson, who is best known for her role as Elvira, disclosed that she had lost her virginity to Tom. She described the experience as excruciating and horrifying, and she even required stitches afterward. However, out of all of these affairs, the one that most likely caused the most pain was Tom's brief affair with model Catherine Berkery, who later found out that she was pregnant. In the course of their tour in the United States, this incident occurred, which resulted in a legal battle and DNA testing. In the end, a court in the United States of America declared that Tom was the father of Berkery's child, which Tom had denied for a period of time. After eventually admitting that Jonathan Berkery was his son, he stated that he had no desire to meet him. He was adamant about this. Linda remained by Tom's side throughout their complicated relationship, which lasted for almost 60 years before she passed away in 2016. This was despite the fact that Tom had made a number of bad choices. Because of her passing, Tom was left in utter disbelief. In the aftermath of her passing, he sold their mansion in Los Angeles, along with the majority of its contents, retaining only a few photographs that he held dear. Next, he fulfilled Linda's last wish before she passed away by moving into an apartment in London, which he had acquired. A year after Linda's passing, rumors began to circulate that Tom was dating Priscilla Presley, who had previously been married to Elvis Presley. Due to the fact that they were frequently seen together, whether they were dining out or at Jeff Franklin's house, people simply assumed that they were dating. Nevertheless, in the year 2021, Tom revealed that he and Priscilla had known each other since the 1960s and that they had previously enjoyed spending time together. The following year, after he had performed the song "I Won't Crumble With You If You Fall" in 2022, he discussed the significance of the song with the audience. He explained that my wife was going to pass away from lung cancer. There was never a time when I was unable to fix things or assist her with anything she required. I was told by her, however, that you cannot crumble with me. Now is not the time to fall with me. Every possible action has been taken by you. Continue on with what you are doing and carry on with your life. Upon hearing this song, my first thought was, my God, it seems as though it was written specifically for this circumstance. It's a lovely piece of music. It has been 8 years since Linda passed away, and Sir Tom Jones, who is now 84 years old, has just recently released a special edition of his album, Surrounded by Time, which is titled The Hourglass Edition. 2 brand new songs, 4 live concert performances, and an exclusive interview are all included in this exclusive release. Furthermore, he has just finished his 2024 Ages and Stages tour, and he expressed his gratitude to his fans who came out to see him perform in the United Kingdom and Europe during the summer. In addition, he took part in the Royal British Legion Festival of Remembrance, which was held to honor those who served in the armed forces. The life of Sir Tom Jones is a demonstration of perseverance, passion, and the pursuit of excellence. He is currently working as a coach on The Voice UK. From his humble beginnings in a town in Wales that was dominated by the working class to his triumphant ascent to the status of an international music icon, his journey has been greatly rewarded with a fortune that is almost $500 million. The fact that the icon is still going strong is something that his family, which includes his son Mark Jones and his grandchildren Alex and Emma, is overjoyed about.